Today, I'm going to get my flat cap on and we're going to do a quick review of Peaky Blinders Black Spiced Rum. Is it a gimmick? Let's find out. It's been a long time since I've put this on, maybe a year or so. This is my Peaky Blinder hat that I got for a fancy dress last year sometime. This is Peaky Blinder Black Spiced Rum. I've stayed away from it for a year or so. Is it a gimmick? That's kind of what I thought. But you know what? In the interest of fairness, I want to crack it, I want to try it, and I want to see what it's like. So Black Spiced Rum, I'm guessing this is kind of going along the Kraken lines. But all I've done is rip the sort of seal off. I haven't opened it yet. I have no idea what it smells like or tastes like. So we're going to do that live on camera. Just quickly though, before we get into the tasting and the smelling, a bit of a backstory behind this. I haven't got too much because I can't find too much out. But this comes from Sadlers, which is a brewery, beer brewery, in the West Midlands, in the Black Country, and obviously they've jumped on the bandwagon of the Peaky Blinders. If you've been living in a cave for God knows how long, the Peaky Blinders is a huge TV show. I'm not sure how many seasons now, 7 seasons, 5 seasons maybe, I don't actually watch it, but it's been going a long time on the BBC, and it's kind of filmed and sort of based around characters in the late 19th century, 19th and 20th centuries, apparently after the First World War. That's about as much as I know it. So it's got no other correlation other than jumping on the back of the bandwagon for a bit of brand and a bit of cheekiness. The rum itself, again, I've got no idea where it comes from. No one's telling me, so I don't know where it's made, if it's Caribbean, if it's made in this country. All I'm guessing though is that the rum is shipped back into the UK if it is made in the Caribbean and then shipped to, I can't even find out whether Sadler's doing it. I'm assuming Sadler's doing it because all they need to do really is get hold of the rum and spice it up. The black colour, I'm assuming it's definitely not going to be aged that way to get it that. So the black colour is going to be from a lot of caramel colouring. That's a fair assumption to make. But in all fairness, compared to a lot of other spiced rums or spiced rum or rum spiced spirit drinks, it's 40%. And it's roughly about 20 to 22 pounds if you want to buy it online. I haven't kind of seen it out in the supermarkets yet in the UK, but online it is everywhere. And as I've been doing with the spiced rums that have got a little bit of kind of literature and marketing history on the back, I'm just going to read you the back of the label. In England's famous Black Country, that's in the West Midlands, the Sadler family have been purveyors of the finest beers and spirits since the 1900s. Over a century's worth of knowledge and passion has led the family to create this bold rum blended with selected spices, delivering notes of orange, nutmeg, vanilla and raisin. Rum and raisin. I flipping love rum and raisin ice cream. This could be interesting. Right then, let's pop the cork, get my first ever aroma of this. Whew. Right. Wow. Straight away off the nose, vanilla and orange. And actually it really does remind me of rum and raisin ice cream. It smells kind of a sweet rum as well. It's completely different to the likes of Sailor Jerry, completely different to Kraken actually. Kraken doesn't give off that amount of sweetness on the nose. But the overriding aroma from that, vanilla, bit of orange, rum and raisin ice cream definitely. And just a subtle hint of spice, not too much going on there, but just a subtle hint. Right, tasting. Wow, look at that colour. That is Coke in colour. Wow, that's very dark. There's obviously a lot of caramel colouring gone on in there. Anything different on the nose? The one that is just, it really is rum and raisin ice cream. That is what is hitting me in the face. Smells all right. Smells like I want to drink it. I'm not getting a sort of an alcohol burn off the nose there or anything like that. It smells, I'd want to drink that as it smells. Right, so I've just popped an ice cube in there. It's literally been in there about 5 seconds. That's it. Just going to swirl it around. Right, what does it taste like? Actually tastes very, very different to how it smells. Around the sides of my mouth, lots of spice, lots of pepper. I actually don't get the fruitiness until the sort of aftertaste, until it goes down the back of my throat. In the mouth though, very sort of Old Spice, cloves, cinnamon, that kind of thing in the actual mouth. It's not until it lengthens out and it goes down the back of your throat that you kind of get the fruitiness. Very, very different. I'm actually not getting too much sweetness off of that. It does really remind me of Kraken. And some of you on my channel in the comments on the Kraken video have come at me because they really do like Kraken neat. I'm not a huge fan of Kraken. There is 100 better rums out there to drink, spiced rums to drink neat over Kraken. And for me, that is the same. However, I think that has got the kind of spice profile and a little bit of sort of vanilla-y sweetness afterwards to kind of make that for a really good mixing rum. So what I've got, as I've done with all my, I'm not doing them on camera anymore, I've got them all lined up over there. Lots of different mixers to play about with. If you've caught my last video with all those different mixers, there's some obvious ones that this is not going to go with. Some of the ones lined up there, I've got a funny feeling I know what's going to work really well with that. But I'm going to come back straight away. You'll see this straight away. I'm going to come back and tell you what I really liked. Right, I'm back. I've done tasting. I did half cut it short because I got halfway through and found that it really wasn't working with a select few, which kind of was going to go, I knew how it was going to go after that. So let's crack on. The first and obvious one, the one that I found out and out, was Coke. And I did actually do it with 2 Cokes. Coke Zero, absolutely lovely. I haven't got any vanilla Coke. That would have been an interesting one to do with that, actually. Vanilla Coke, that would have been lovely. And Lamb and What spiced cola. Admittedly, the spiced cola is going to be a lot harder for you guys to get hold of. You can get it online. For me, that was my favourite. I thought it was better than normal Coke. However, that was a great drink. So the Peaky Blinders and normal Coke Zero. But if you've got a bottle of that, I think the spice really worked well with that. Next up is the ginger contingent. I've been out, I've finally got some more Fever Tree ginger beer. That works very well. The old Jamaica was really nice as well. And the spiced orange ginger ale, so slightly less fiery. I actually thought, out of the ginger beers, I actually thought Fever Trees was better. That kind of made it a bit too sweet for me, the old Jamaica. Nonetheless, it is a great drink, but I just thought the sort of dryness of the Fever Tree ginger beer worked very well. However, out of the 3, I think that was actually my favourite, the Fever Tree Spiced Orange Ginger Ale. That, to me, just created a very, very lovely long mixed drink. Sort of subtle hints of ginger. The orange works well because there's obviously quite a bit of orange flavourings in the rum as well. So I just thought those 2 worked very well. And the last of the kind of traditional dark spirit mixers is this one, the Muscovado. Not the best combination. I've had a lot better rums to go with that. I think the sort of sugary taste of that combined with the sugary taste of that was a bit too, not as in sweet, but just as in a bit too much overkill. I kind of needed a different flavour to make that work for me. I can get a lot of you will absolutely enjoy that, but I think actually the cola is going to be better than the Muscovado. Now, the products that didn't work. I started off with these 2, kind of both the sort of pineapple sodas. This one's slightly less sweeter than that. I just found, and I'll get them all out actually. I've got the tropical one there. I've got a Ting, and I've got that. I just found the fruitier mixers really didn't for me work with that. That for me is straight up Coke or ginger beer. There's a lot, but all I'm saying is there's a lot better rums to mix with these than there is that. I think if you've got a bottle of that, I think stick to Coke, stick to ginger beer, stick to ginger ale, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Price wise, is it better than Kraken? Is it a gimmick? I would actually say, I haven't got any Kraken to compare it side by side. I would actually say it's a little bit sweeter and therefore more enjoyable for me than Kraken. I kind of Kraken, I get that little bit of big bold spices, but that not really too much sweetness going on, which I think you need with spiced rums to kind of balance it all out. And I think that has. So is it a gimmick? No, I actually do not think it's a gimmick. I think it's a really nice spiced rum. The only thing I will say is the price, £24. I think you can get much better spiced rums namely stuff like Chairman's Reserve, the Two Swallows. I absolutely love the Two Swallows, candied fruits and salted caramel. I think that's a treat. For the price, I think you can get a lot better spiced rums. However, if you really like your black and your dark spiced rums and your rum and cokes, I think that is a great serve. So that has been Peaky Blinders. I'm going to take that off now because that's flipping tight. My head's got a little bit bigger. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you soon.